everyone, welcome to today's Knowledge webinar, Streamline Your Creative Asset Management with Daminion. In this webinar, we'll delve into how Daminion enhances the management of creative assets. Learn how Daminion streamlines workflows, improves organization, speeds up file search, and maximize the reuse of your creative resources. Discover practical strategies to optimize your asset management process, ensuring you get the most value from your creative work while saving time and effort. And that is a big deal, my friends. Today's webinar presenter, Dean Kruger, is a DAM expert with over a decade of experience in the film production industry. As the Daminion's ambassador, he specializes in delivering personalized product demonstrations like the one you're going to see today. And now let me tell you a little bit about Knowledge. Knowledge is changing the way designers purchase 3D software, offering more choices, more freedom, best advice, and faster service. So check us out at knowledge.com, where you can find the entire line of Daminion products, just like this one you see on my slide. So you can call us anytime and contact us, and we can offer assistance of any sort. And now, without further ado, I will let Dean talk to you a little bit about himself and his experience. Take it away, Dean.
Thank you so much, Barbara. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dean Kruger. And today we're going to be diving into a very essential but yet often overlooked topic in the creative industries. And this is digital asset management, or DAM as we know it in short. And we're going to look at some of the challenges that it presents for digital asset managers. So whether you are in design, architecture, engineering, or any other creative field, managing digital assets efficiently is a very crucial part of your success journey. As Barbara said earlier, I've been working in the film industry in Cape Town for over a decade, managing quite a large archive of digital assets, just under 2 million digital assets. You know, having a tool that utilizes your resources effectively and efficiently is the deal breaker in our industry, because the person who gets in first with the best looking pitch is usually the person that ends up getting the job. So we live in a digital age where the volume of creative assets like images, videos, blueprints, design files, all of these assets just keep growing exponentially. And while this explosion of content can be very exciting, it also brings a significant challenge, especially when it comes to managing and retrieving these assets efficiently. So let's take a moment to unpack some of the most common pain points in digital asset management and why getting it right is more important than ever. So the first thing I want to talk about is file losses. How often have you found yourself unable to locate a crucial file right when you need it? This is one of the most frustrating aspects of poor digital asset management, whether it be a misplaced design file, an overlooked image, an outdated version of a blueprint. The impact on project timelines can be very significant. And that also includes the costs that we measure, not only in time spent, but also the money missed in missed opportunities. Next is inefficient use of the assets. It's not just about losing files, it's about failing to maximize the use of what you already have. Imagine spending hours or even days recreating a piece of work because you couldn't find the original. This inefficiency leads to duplicated efforts and unnecessary stress, which can be easily avoided with a well-organized asset management system. And then there is the tedious long search for files. I cannot tell you how many hours of my life I have wasted flipping through folders looking for files. If your current system requires a deep dive into multiple folders, obscurely named files, or outdated metadata, just to find what you need, you're not alone. Many professionals in the creative industries deal with this on a daily basis. It's a time sink, it's a frustration, and ultimately it can stifle creativity when you're stuck playing detective instead of trying to focus on your craft. Now let's flip the coin and talk about the solution. Efficient asset organization and retrieval are they're not nice to haves, they are essentials. They're essentials if you want to maintain a competitive edge. Imagine a world where every file that you need is just a click away, where the right version of the right asset is at your fingertips whenever you need it. That is the power of a robust digital asset management system. When your assets are well organized and easily retrievable, you unlock several benefits. Some of those benefits are increased productivity. With less time spent searching for files, you and your team can work on what really matters, which is creating and innovating. Enhanced collaboration. So clear, organized asset management means everybody on the team is on the same page. This reduces miscommunication and errors. Cost efficiency is another aspect. By preventing file loss and reducing duplication, you save both time and money, and you optimize your resources effectively. Digital asset management might not be the most glamorous part of creative work, but it is foundational. The challenges are real: file losses, inefficient asset use, and those long, tedious searches. But with the right approach, these challenges can be turned into opportunities for growth and efficiency. So as you move forward in your projects, I encourage you to take a closer look at how you manage your digital assets. Invest the time and resources into developing a system that works for you. Your future self and your bottom line will thank you. So let's move on to our solution, Daminion. So whether you are part of a very small creative team or a large organization, Daminion offers a very robust solution to help you effectively manage, organize, and retrieve your digital content. Over the next 10 minutes, I'm just going to walk through what Daminion is, give you an overview of its capabilities, and highlight some of the unique features that make it stand out in the digital asset management landscape. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is Daminion? At its core, Daminion is a digital asset management system, or DAM. Excuse me. It's designed specifically for small teams and businesses that need to manage a growing library of digital files. But unlike other DAM systems that can be overly complex or expensive, Daminion strikes a balance between powerful functionality and ease of use. It is designed to keep teams collaborating more efficiently and ensures that everybody has access to the right assets at the right time. Daminion is a multi-user system, which means that it allows multiple team members to work on the same project simultaneously without the risk of overwriting each other's work. It supports a wide range of file formats, from images, videos, documents, audio files, making it a very versatile solution for creative professionals across different industries. Now let's dive into some of Daminion's core capabilities. One of the standout features of Daminion is that it gives you a centralized library. This means that all your digital assets are stored in a single yet easily accessible location. No more searching through endless folders in different drives on different network shares. With Daminion, everything is organized in one place. Daminion also excels in metadata management. Full integration with industry standard metadata lies at the core of the design principles behind the software. You can now tag your assets with custom metadata if you so choose, making it easier to search for and categorize your files. Whether you need to filter your files by date, file type, project name, or any other criteria, Daminion's advanced search capabilities ensure that you can find exactly what you're looking for quickly and efficiently. Another key feature is version control. Daminion keeps track of different versions of the same file so that you know which is the most up-to-date version to work with. This is particularly useful in collaborative environments where multiple team members might be making changes to the same asset. Daminion offers very granular user permissions, access controls, and it allows you to manage exactly who can view, edit, and delete assets. So what makes Daminion unique compared to other DAM systems? So there's a few features that sets it apart. It's cost effective for small teams. Daminion is designed with small to medium-sized teams in mind. It offers powerful functionality without the high price tag that's often associated with enterprise solutions. Makes it an ideal choice for businesses that need robust digital asset management but have budget constraints. It's a hybrid solution, so you can install it on your own hardware or you can host it in the cloud. And during the demonstration process, I'm going to show you both of these interfaces in a minute. Daminion can be deployed in a local server-based solution, or you can deploy it on a cloud-based system. And this gives you flexibility in how you manage your assets. Whether you prefer to keep everything in-house or leverage the cloud for remote access, Daminion's got you covered. The user face is very intuitive. One of the most appreciated aspects of Daminion is the low learning curve. It's very easy to pick up. I can spend 2 hours with anybody and they will be up and running with Daminion in no time flat. It performs very well with large libraries. Like I said earlier, we have pumped our catalog to just under 2 million files. We haven't experienced any degraded performance because of the size of our library. And Daminion also integrates with other tools. There's seamless integration with the Adobe Creative Cloud, Microsoft Office. There is an API that you can use to communicate with third-party services. So in summary, Daminion is very powerful, versatile, cost-effective, and it can significantly enhance your team's productivity and efficiency. Its centralized library, advanced metadata management, version control, and user-friendly interface will make it an ideal choice for teams looking to streamline their asset management processes. So whether you're dealing with thousands of files or just getting started on your digital asset library, Daminion provides you with the tools you need to stay organized, save time, and collaborate more effectively. Right, so let me share my desktop here. There we go. So
here we go. We see your screen. Thank you, Dean. By the way, this sounds like a tool that it's a lifesaver for most of our customers. So we're very excited.
You know, Barbara, that's the thing that first drew me to Daminion over a decade ago. It's just I'm saying to myself, you know, how many, if I spend every day 1 hour looking for files, and I add that up over a week, it's 5 hours. Over a month, it's 20 hours. And if you look at the time you waste in a year, it's just it's a no-brainer when you think about the productivity that easy access to your digital assets gives you. So let me start off first by showing you guys the desktop client. So like I said earlier, Daminion comes in 2 different flavors. If you've ever used anything like Adobe Bridge, ACDC, even your File Explorer or your Finder on your desktop, this kind of interface is going to be instantly familiar and recognizable to you. There's a central grid of thumbnails that show you your digital assets. And then we have got a couple of panels. On the left-hand side here, I have docked my tags panel. All of these panels can be customized. So you can choose to, oops, let me just grab that off the other monitor. There we go. So you can choose to show as much or as little metadata as you wish to work with. You know, I've got my go-to metadata groups that I choose to work with. And you know, let's have a look at how we find files in Daminion. So there are a couple of different ways you can go about it. So on the top of your screen here, you'll see there is a quick search box, and there's also a filter tags box that you can use over here on the left-hand side just to navigate and find your metadata. So let's see how we are going to search. So at the moment, I am searching in my categories, my keywords, my AI objects, folder name, and file name. So there's 5 specific fields that I'm going to be searching for. You can obviously activate and deactivate whichever fields you want to search in. Then let's search for my favorite food, sushi, right? So I'm hitting that, and there we go. So as you can see, it's giving you report of what you're searching for in folders, files, categories, and AI objects. And there we have our results, very straightforward and easy to use and to learn. Then obviously here you'll see in the file name there is the word sushi, and since we are searching for sushi in the file name, we're obviously going to get those results as well. When you want to get your files out of Daminion, because this is a desktop application, I can now take this file, for example, and drag it into an email, drag it onto my desktop, drag it into a Word document. Or if I want to export these files in a different format. So because as you can see, these are pretty high resolution files. That's a 13 megabyte, 11, 14, 6, and 20 megabyte file. You can simply right click on them, and on there you can choose on your export menu, you can choose to copy them to a folder, send them via an email. Very easy and very handy to do. Right, so how does Daminion work with metadata, which is at the core of your asset management endeavor, right? So we are going to filter this list down, and let's look, for example, for the word urban, right? So I'm filtering down my entire catalog, and at a glance I can see there are 9 folders that contain the word urban. There is a category, there's some AI labels, there's some keywords, a saved search, a saved collection. Now to go to any of these, I simply double click them. So let's go to this AI label here, urban design. So I'm going to double click that, and then that is going to scan through the taxonomy, and it'll select it for me in a second. So if I scroll down in the list, you'll see that's where urban design is. So we select that. And now let's just go right back to the top of this list, because we are going to narrow this down even further. So we want to see when these files were taken. I don't want to send my clients old files in this new pitch that we're working on. So I'm holding the control key on my keyboard, and I hover my mouse over these radio buttons, and I can see exactly the newest 3 files. So let's take the newest 3 files from these 2 years. So now again, if I examine this panel over here, I'm searching for AI labels that contain urban design, and they were created in 2024 or 2023. So I know out of my 160,000 files, these 787 files are the most recent ones. And then we can even go and sort them by date. So we'll see this is the newest one, and then obviously at the bottom we will have the oldest one. And I can take these files and work with it in any way that is applicable to my specific workflow. So let's switch over again to the web client, because I just want to demonstrate to you how the web client makes this. You know, I always, when it comes to the web client, for me personally, I've been working with a desktop client since version 1, you know, so it'll always be my favorite. But there are examples when the web client is the more suitable option to introduce users to. Now, this is particularly the case if you have users who are reluctant to adopt new software, new technologies. I jokingly call this type of user the techno T-Rex because they're very set in their ways, and they don't like to change. So the web client is not as intimidating. It doesn't have all the, you know, as many bells and whistles. To find your files, again, there's a very simple, straightforward search box at the top that you can use. Over here, you've got your search settings. You can tell it how you want to search. Do you want to search for everything or exactly what you type in? And then you can tell it where you want to search. Do you want to search everywhere, or do you only want to search in one of these particular fields? So when I search, for example, let's look and see if we have any images of Meadow in there. So as I type in there, Daminion already gives me a summary. Okay, so I've got 2 copyright entries. I've got a keyword and an AI label. So let's select the keyword there. So these are all my files that have been tagged with Meadow. And now, in addition to that, I can go and open up this list and I can again see. So when you do this in the web client, it automatically gives you these subtotals. So I can see now the most recent files I would have would be in 2022 and 2021. And now just bear in mind that there is an operand there that says and. So by default, the web client searches inclusively. So you just need to switch this to or. So you get all of those results. And now what we're going to do is we're going to create a collection of these files for our designers. So we're going to get these tulips. We're going to get these blades of grass in the wind. Let's take that daisy. And yeah, so we have got 5 files selected. Then I'm going to go to the context menu there. And I'm going to say generate a shared collection. So this shared collection is going to be spring campaign. And then I can choose how do I want to search this. Do I want to share this link with anybody? Do I want to protect it with a password? Or do I only want this to be accessible to logged in users? I can have these files be available temporarily, and I can also allow the recipients to download the original files from this link. So let's say we only want this link to be valid until Friday, and we do want the recipients to download the original files. And we can go to get link, and then Dominion is going to generate a shared link for you. So I can now take this link and email it to my coworker and say, have a look at these examples and tell me what you think. Right, so this is the spring campaign. You can see the download options are available there. And there's even collaboration features built into Daminion. You know, so if I am working in a team environment with my designers, I can go and leave a comment and say, let me just select the user. So Jack Schnapp is my photographer, and I'm going to say the client loves this color scheme. Find more, and then I can post that. And then when Jack Schnapp logs in from his side, there will be a notification icon over there that tells him there's a comment waiting for him, and he can go. So there is a lot of collaboration features built into the Daminion ecosystem. There is a lot of different ways that you can apply this in your creative workflow. When it comes to, for example, working with different file types, multiple different file types, like, for example, video format, Daminion works especially well with. So as you can see, when I take my mouse and I scrub it from left to right, I get a preview. Excuse me, I get a preview of the specific file type. When you are working with high resolution video files as well, Daminion generates a low resolution preview proxy for you just to get an idea of what the file looks like. And then obviously, if you want the original asset, you can choose to download it straight from here. When it comes to, let's talk a little bit about how we tag files, because this is another aspect where Daminion is a time saver and a lifesaver, in my opinion, right? Because as a digital asset manager, you know that there is nothing that drains the spirit and the will to live out of you quicker than sitting Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, 4 weeks a month, 12 months a year, and tagging images, going interior, exterior, house, tree, cat, dog, horse. It's a very monotonous and soul-destroying, boring task to do. So Daminion makes it very easy for you to do that tagging. There's a couple of workflows that's built into the system. So if I go, I can create my own taxonomy. Let's go over here and we just call this 000 test tagging. Okay, and I just want to scroll right up to the top again and refresh this list so that it lists right at the top. So there's my test tagging. You'll also notice here, while I'm actually showing you this, that there is a couple of different colors on the tags here. So what happens when you ingest files into Daminion, because it is 100% metadata aware, it will recognize existing metadata in files. Say, for example, you download assets from a stock agency like Envato or Shutterstock. Those files will ship with metadata already in them. So when you ingest those files into your system, Daminion will, by default, call those tags unapproved. So you've got the ability, so all of these are from stock agencies. So I can now go and curate this list and say, I want all the airport, airship, those three tags, I want them to be included in my taxonomy, and I can go approve the selected tags, and then you'll see they turn black, which means they are approved for usage. So you can go and you can switch between these different modes, and now I can take these and I can move them into the appropriate place in my taxonomy. It's going to ask me, do I want to move the values to the new parent? And then there are most probably a couple in there already. Yeah, I need to change the case on these. Bear with me for a split second. You can tell that I'm doing this on the fly. I didn't prepare too much to do these. Okay, so when you merge them now, it'll prompt you, yes, I want to overwrite these, and there we go. So now they've been incorporated in there. But let's create a, let's tag some of these files, right? So these are my files that have not yet been assigned any metadata. So we're going to create some subtags on. So I want to create a tag inside test tagging. We're going to call that AAA, triple B, triple C, triple D, triple E. And then in addition to that, we're going to add some more tags inside triple B. We're going to call that 111, 222, 333, 444, 555. And we are going to create that. So you get the picture. You can create a very, very extensive, robust taxonomy. For example, if you're describing people, you can go ethnicity, gender, age group, and you can, within each one of those, you can go Caucasian, Asian, African, and then, male, female, non-specific. So you can create a very specific taxonomy. When people ask you, oh, I need to see the images of the African American grandmothers for our new TV commercial that we are shooting in a park. In a second, I can go and say, find me African American grandmothers, and I can say, find me a park that is close to this location and that location. Very straightforward and easy to do when you've got your tags set up appropriately. But when it comes to tagging, this is where it becomes very easy. So you can select as many files as you like. So let's just select 10. So we've got 10 files selected at the moment. So I can go and I can select all the tags that apply. So let's apply 1, 3, 5, and D. And I've got 10 files selected. I can right click and go assign the tags to the selected items. And now you'll notice here in the keywords section, those files are assigned with this metadata. I can take files from here. I can drag and drop them onto a specific tag. So let's put them on A. Let's put them on E. And then we are going to take these 5 files and we are going to edit this manually. So we are going to go and put them on triple C. So when I type, it already tells me triple C is in there. I can just select it and hit save. Right, very straightforward to work with your files. And again, now if I tell Daminion, let's search for everything, and we are looking for 111. See, you just get that. 111, I hit my search, and there we have our 10 files. Now, there are also some additional ones that will come up because of the 111 in the file names, but these are the, are they? Let's just see here. Right, let's go back to the previous search. They should probably be listing right at the bottom here somewhere. This is the poor example to use. There's 800 files. Let's try this with 333 and see how that goes. 333. Right, that's much better. So we are looking for these files. It's these close-up shots. If I go back one, then I will find them. There we go. So these are the files that we have just tagged with 333. So very straightforward, very easy to use. People pick this up. Like I said, if I spend 2 hours with you, you'll be up and running in no time. Right, so let's have a quick look at, at some of the integrations. So I'm going to start my Photoshop. Let me just drag it onto monitor here. I'm going to create a new file. And over here we have our Daminion connector installed. Okay, so first of all, you need to tell it the name of your server, which in my case is, oops, there we go, damserver.local/Daminion. So you connect and then you enter your username and password. Excuse me. And then we do our search. So say, for example, I'm looking for images of dogs, plural. Right, so let's see what we have here. We have got our German Shepherd over there. So I can click place into document. Again, there are different options. You can choose to open this as a document in itself or to insert it as a layer into the current document, which is what I'm going to do. So you'll see Daminion is going to download this file in the background, and then it is going to insert it into the document for you there. There are plugins for Illustrator, for InDesign, for Photoshop, and I believe the developers are currently working on a Adobe Premiere plugin as well. So the ecosystem of applications that Daminion works with, at the moment we have got the Adobe suite, we have got the Microsoft Office suite. So when it comes to applications like Word, PowerPoint, the same principle applies. There is a panel that you open up in your Office application, and you can do your searches right within that application. So there's no need for you to go through the process of opening the DAM and then having to search for your file, download it, save it locally, and then get the files across that way. You can simply work from directly in your preferred application. One thing that I do want to show in conclusion here, because trust me, Barbara, I can go on for days. I'll bore you to I'll bore you to tears, right? Is I want to show the integration with, like I said earlier, industry standard metadata. So we have got integration with the geographic aspects of our file types. So if I want to use my map as a specific search tool, so say for example, we are going to look here at, let's look at the at Spain over here. So we are going to move it just so that we see all of the files that we want to. So we've got files there, 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 and there. Now we're also going to get those over there. So let's just move it over there, right? So there we have our files, and we can go, let me just see. I think they must have changed this since the last update. Let me, oh yeah, it's on here. Show all the files at this location. Where is my menu item? Oh, well, let me try a different approach because I'm obviously missing something. I think it's on the desktop application. That's why I'm confused. So let's look, for example, for images taken in Paris. Right. So we can see all of these different locations. So let's go with Paris in, let's see here. Okay. So you can find your specific location on here. You can find the file, and then from there on, you can show all items at this location, which is what I was looking for earlier. There we go, right. So that is the kind of workflow that I wanted to show you. So when you have got, let's go back, oopsie, let's go back here to our images here in Spain. So we have got these 4 over here, so we can go and show all images at that location, and then that will show you the search results over there. So again, Daminion is completely aware of the metadata within the file. You can use it as a search parameter. In any one of these metadata groups, if I, for example, want to find, let's see, a school, I can simply filter this down. Now, granted, here I have already got search results in the loaded in the interface. So none of these 3 tags contain, none of these 4 files contain any of those tags. So if I just remove those from the search criteria, I will see the updated totals over there. So let's just close the map off, and let's see if we do school. We can see all the guys in school, and then if we choose secondary school, there we have got our search results. But yeah, you know, I don't want to go in and bore you by going through every single detail of the software. It's very robust. It's very functional. We invite anybody who's interested in the software to reach out to us. I'm sure Barbara will have some links to get a hold of us if you want to set up a demo, or if you have some questions about the software. By all means, please feel free to reach out. Our developers and our team, we love discussing people's use cases and what solutions we can bring to the table to help you in your workflow. And yes, I will leave it there. Thank you so much, Barbara.
Absolutely. Reach out anytime. And I'm going to take the screen back to show you where you can find Daminion on our webpage. Just search for Noveg and search for Daminion. We have a huge catalog, a huge selection, but you can find anything you really want. So in fact, Noveg is changing the way designers purchase 3D software. With all the choices, the freedom to add different products to your cart, and the phone line that you can always use to access our salespeople that can really help you get exactly what you want. And so thank you so much for today's presentation, Dean. That was really a lifesaver, and we'll make sure to spread the word. And welcome to Noveg. This is our first webinar with Daminion, but we're already excited about having you on board. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of the day, everybody. Bye-bye.